Hello YouTube and welcome back to another video on the channel, and today we are back with some more LTC action because you guys seem to absolutely be loving these LTC videos. So we're back again for week number 3. I know it's been a while since the last one, but you should definitely go check out week 1, week 2 and the draft review, the overdraft. I'm taking a loan out of LTC. Whatever. But we're here for week number 3. Hopefully we can pick up one of these today, because currently we are 1-1. Hopefully we can be 2-1 after this game, even though this game was played goddamn ages ago. As I'm recording this, I do believe it's week number 7 right now. So we're slowly catching up. We're going to slowly catch up. Hopefully we should be able to. Hopefully we can catch up, and we can, you know, hopefully if we catch up in time, we can start doing some live games again, because that'd be absolutely amazing if we could do that. But not going to give you hopes up. But week number 3, we are here versus Mr. Aquarius, the coach of the Chicago Saps. And their team is very scary. They have Sneasel, Swanner, Palisand, Hakama, Serena, Mischievous, Miltank, Reboot, Electabuzz, Pupitar, Slurpuff, and Aggron. Now, quite a scary team, not gonna lie, especially having a Miltank, which is bulky as hell, an Aggron, which is bulky as hell, a Pupitar, which is bulky as hell, a Palisand, which could be bulky as hell, a Mischievous, which could be bulky as hell, and then he's got likes of Belly Drum, Slurpuff, he's got a Sneasel, he's got Electabuzz, he's got, I think, Libero Reboot is illegal, so that should be quite scary as well, because we have it in a UCC. It's you know, it's not good enough for a like full on league, but lower cup it's going to be a good mod, so that's going to be quite scary. Swanner, it's going to be all right. Hakama can, you know, do its thing. So first mod we have brought is the likes of our our Cadbury's Flake, mainly for the Miltank and the Aggron, and the Sneasel. You've got quite a weak fighting team, not gonna lie. The two bulkiest Mons are weak to fighting. Sneasel, his probably best physical attacker, is also weak to fighting. So we're here with max HP, max attack, Adamant Nature, bulk, max bulk with Mac Punch, knockoff, Ice Punch, Drain Punch. Mac Punch is to, because we can live an Ice Shard from Sneasel every day of the week. So Mac Punch kills it, so we should be good for that. Also, Drain Punch will do a lot to Miltank and to Aggron. Ice Punch is mainly there for the likes of the Palisand, which is probably going to switch in, and the knockoff. Ice Punch is for the Serena and the Hakama, and we've also got Drain Punch, obviously, to get some HP back up on a bulky boy and do some hard hitting damage on all his mons, which are neutral to likes of fighting type moves. So hopefully Cadbury Flake can put in the work for us today and deal with both his bulk and his main physical threats. Next up, we've got Hernandez, our Rotom. Now, this, I can't remember why we have this moveset. I think it's to live in. I honestly don't know. I built this team so long ago, I honestly can't remember. But we've got 252 HP, 120 defense, bold nature, 136 in special attack. Now, I do believe this is for. This was enough to OHKO Palisand with this special attack nature. So I just put the rest in bold, because most of the threats that can actually hit this thing are physical, with likes of Reboot, Sneasel and whatnot. Swanner, I could have put it in special defense, but I probably should have put it in special defense with the Swanner and Hurricanes and whatnot. But he's probably not going to keep this thing in against the Swanner, because if he thinks I'm a Choice Scarf set or anything like that, or max speed set, we should be able to outspeed it. So that's probably, he's probably not going to keep this in against this thing anyway, unless he thinks we're going to switch in. But why would I switch in a grass type against a Swanner? Who knows? So it's mainly for the Palisand, so he can be bulky enough to live any hits with likes of the Aggron, Miltank, Reboot, Sneasel, etc, etc, etc. Obviously, if the Sneasel choice band, we're not going to live a hit from that thing. But Ice Shard, I think we can live a banded Ice Shard, but not a banded of the Icicle Crash without speeders anyway. So we've got Defog as well, because he's got likes of Rocks on Hakamo, Palisand, Miltank, Aggron. Got lots of hazard options. Toxic as well, because only toxic immunity is that Aggron. But So getting a toxic off on his bulk, like a mill tank, a palisand would be absolutely fantastic. So hopefully Hernandez campaign will work for us today and pick up that W. Next up, we've got Gang Gang, our Chameco, rocking choice specs this week with Levitate, with Psychic, Dazzling Gleam, Energy Ball, and Shadow Ball, with max HP, 136 special attack, modest nature with 120 speed. This is to outspeed, I do believe, Hakama. I think Hakama is like 60 speed or something like that. So we've sped corrupt it to outspeed. No, it can't be. It's to outspeed. Yeah, it must be to outspeed min speed Hakama, I do believe. Because if he brings it, he's not going to bring it as fast, is he? It's probably going to be a bulky Hakama. I'm seeing him bring a bulky one. So I've sped corrupted to outspeed a bulky Hakama, and Psychic does kill. So with choice spec. So hopefully that can be good for us. Obviously we've got Dazzling Game as well for the likes of the Sneasel. Probably going to be as much like switch into this thing. We've got Energy Ball for the likes of the Palisand and the Pupitar. And we've got Shadow Ball for the Mischievous and the Palisand. Just because, in case Energy Ball. In case Shadow Ball's a better thing to click than Energy Ball, because he's got like switching to Energy Ball for likes of Saps up a Mill Tank, Serena and whatnot. Electabuzz. So we have options there with Gang Gang. Hopefully he won't expecting a choice spec set coming. He's probably going to expect a bulky wish support set. So I like to do, you know, mix things up, go a little crazy. So that's why we've got choice specs Gang Gang today. Next up we have Bubba Gareth, our Poipole, rocking that Evil Art with Beast Boost, rocking max HP, max special attack, modest nature, with Sludge Wave, Dragon Pulse, Nasty Plot and Substitute. Mainly here for the likes of the Serena and the Slurpuff. So what we do is we get a sub off, hopefully, while he belly drums up or something, or switches out into something else. We can't really click on this bar until the freaking Aggron's dead, because he resisted to one of our moves and completely immune to the other one. But it's the only two moves that this goddamn thing can learn, which is a normal type move. So we have to do the best we can. So we're going to try and set up Nasty Plots, then spam the Sludge Wave button, kill things as much as possible, and hopefully get a kill or two with Poipole. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Gareth made me pick this. It's not as bad as Snom was, but it's still kind of terrible. So I'm not expecting much from this game, from Poipole. Not going to lie. I've mainly bought it because it's my only poison type and steel type, which can deal with the likes of the Slurpuff. So we've got to do what we got to do, guys. We've got to do what we got to do. Now, next up, we have our boy. We have George, our Ambipom, because the main goal for this season was to get George back on top of our MVP list. And right now, it's not doing it. It ain't doing it, Chief. He's slowly fallen because the rest of our team is terrible. But George is here, rocking pretty much the standard moveset. Max attack, max speed, jolly nature. This is to outspeed the likes of Mill Tank, Sneasel, whatnot. Just because we need to. Because he's got quite a fast team with Sneasel and whatnot. I've also run, you understand why I've run Jolly in a minute anyway as well. But we've got Fake Out, Double Hit, Knock Off, Standard Set. And instead of rocking the usual Power Punch, rocking Low Kick this week because Aggron is heavy as hell. Mill Tank is heavy as hell. Sneasel will die to any fighting time move you hit it with, so it doesn't really matter which one we bring. So we have options for that. And Pupitar is quite bulky, it's quite fat as well, so Low Kick will do damage to that as well. So hopefully Ambipom can pick up some kills this week. Help us pick up one of these. Pick up that W, not an M. A cheeky W. And we can carry on and, you know, do the most with this team. And next up we have our boy making their debut, I do believe. I don't think I brought week 2. I don't think I did. But he's here. Ballet, the Cricketoon, whoop, is here. Rock left over to a Technician. Sticky Web, Knock Off, Leech Life, Power Punch, max HP, max attack, Adamant Nature. Ballet's mainly here to set up sticky webs, because if we can slow down the Sneasel, Serena, the Mill Tank, the Electabuzz, the Reboot, the Slurpuff, etc, 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 we can put in work with this thing, with the rest of our team. The plan is to get webs up, let Ambipom outspeed his entire team, and just, you know, double hit kill everything to death. That's the main purpose. So hopefully we can do that with Ballet here. We've got knockoff as well for likes of the Palisand and the Mischievous and whatnot. We've got Leech Life as well for likes of the Serena and the Sneasel. We've got Power Punch as well, just in case, you know, some mad thing happens and we can potentially sweep with a Scrickatoon. That would be absolutely insane if we could do that. But we're not going to, because he's mainly here for webs. If you watch the black and white versus I did with the Foss, you know my hatred for... it's not like I hate it, it's just a bad mon. Like, it's not the best mon in the world, but he's here in lower cup to do a web job, because I needed a replacement bug from Snom, and this was the best one I could get in tier 5. So that got webs. So we're here. So that is our team for week 3 against the Chicago Saps. So what we do now is we hide the poster and click this button. And we're here. As you can see, they have brought Hakama, Swanna, Serena, Sneasel, Pupitar, Slurpuff. So there's no Miltank, no Aggron, which I thought he'd bring one of those at least. Didn't bring any. What else is not here? Reboot's not here. Freaking Reboot's not here. Haha. Mischievous is not here. Palisand is not here. Electabuzz is not here. So the mons I thought were the most scariest aren't here. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see. So I do believe first turn he leads with Swanna as I lead with Rotom Mo, because I thought, right, the only bad lead for this thing would be if he led the Sneasel. Now, Sneasel isn't a useful, good lead, because it doesn't get like hazards, it doesn't get switch initiative, it doesn't get anything like that. So I thought, okay, we should be able to Volt Switch out freely on any of his team, barring the Pupitar. So let's go into this thing. But if he does lead Pupitar, we can just hit that Leaf Storm button and blow this thing back. So that's my initial thought. So I think I Volt Switch out as he goes in straight into Serena, and I go for a Volt Switch, because obviously he didn't want to risk me going for a Leaf Storm, predicting him to go out into Pupitar. So he goes into this thing because it works both ways. It resists both. I think grass. Does grass resist grass? I think it does. It might do. I can't remember. If it don't, they should just shout at me. But I go for Voltage out and going straight into Poipole, because, you know, Poipole's the best answer. He goes into his Pupitar as I go for a Sludge Wave. Does absolutely zero. As I get the poison, I'm like, yes, we got the poison. Pupitar is on a timer. But this thing does get the Shed Skin. Its only ability is the Shed Skin. So that is quite annoying. So I go into Gerda, predict him to go for a Rock type move. Goes for the Stealth Rocks. As he goes down to Swanna on my Gerda, go for the knockoff. Try to knock off that Eviolite. Knocks off a Sky Plate. I'm thinking, okay, Sky Plate, his Hurricanes won't do as much damage anymore, so it's good. So I go into Bubba Gareth. I don't know why. He misses Hurricane, and I'm like, yes, yes, this is why Hurricane sucks. He goes out into Pupitar. I go for Dragon Pulse, because I know he's going to more than likely go into this thing again, because he did last time. So I went for Dragon Pulse, because it's not resisted. And he gets the Shed Skin off. And I'm like, oh my god, that's so annoying. That's really annoying, because this thing on the timer would have been absolutely fantastic. But Shed Skin Pupitar is actually putting in work. So I go back out into my Gerda. Completely Earthquake, which is absolutely nothing. Out comes the Slurpuff. As I go for a nice punch. Doesn't do that much damage. I really should have run a poison. Does it get Poison Jab? Let me double check. I don't think it does. It does. Cool. So I should have run Poison Jab on this thing. For this thing. For switching into this thing. But I didn't think about that. I just thought Ice Punch would have worked on Serena and Hakamoto. But no. But no. If we had Flying type moves would be all fine for Hakamoto. And Poison would have worked Serena and Slurpuff. So what I should have done was run Poison Jab on this thing instead of Ice Punch. Looking back on it now, this is what you do when you look back at your games. You learn things. You understand things. You get why you're an idiot. That's what we're learning here today. So go into Poipole, just, you know, as he goes for Wish. So he's not a Belly Drum set. He's a Wish support set. Goes back out into his freaking Poipole. Poipole, Pupitar, back up to full health. This Pupitar caused major issues in this game. He goes for Screech. I'm like, that's interesting. I'll just go straight out Blue Storm. So it is Grass is resisted. Okay. So now -2 defense, -2 special attack against a Serena, who's more likely going to U-turn on me. So I go out into Girder. I go into Kricketune, predicting a buck U-turn out. Does go for, gets a crit, and I'm like, that is really, really, really annoying. Because now I can't switch. I can't freely switch out because if Rotom goes out, Rotom goes and dies, I can't get his rocks away. Krickatune's dead at that stage. So I stay in, praying he misses a Hurricane. Doesn't go for Hurricane at all, goes for a Scald. I thought I was going to go for Hurricane because, you know, to kill this Krickatune off. So I'll stay in, hope he misses, and click Sticky Webs. Doesn't do that. Does not do that. Stays in, click the Scald button. Now my thought process of actually staying in, getting Sticky Webs on his side of the field, was to bait him to go for defog himself, so the rocks would go away, so then Krickatune could come out next again without having to risk going into Rotom, doing a defog, and then switching out again. You get what I mean? Just so it benefit him to go for defog rather than making me forced to go for defog, so it's more likely to be defogged away. That made so much sense in my head. Not out loud. I'm sorry, but we're here. Hernandez comes out. So you go down to Serena. Volt switches out because Serena switches into this thing to every single goddamn time. So we're out to George at this point. He goes out into Pupitar as I think I go for a fake out. Does literally nothing. Does actual zero. So I go into Chimecho. As he goes for the Earthquake, Immune, Levitate, Champion, Super. Out comes Serena. I go for a Dazzling Gleam. Does 34%. And I'm thinking, right, okay. Next one will kill. I have to switch out here because you outspeed me. I think Serena outsped me. Yeah, Serena outsped me. Wasn't prepared to risk a U-turn, so I'd go out into this thing. Because U-turn on me and then go out and Slurpuff was my reasoning. But he just went, right, I'm not going to worry about this U-turn damage. I'm going to go straight into Slurpuff because he wasn't sure if I outsped it, killed it with no Dazzling Gleam. Only seen Dazzling Gleam on it. I'm reading the chat at the same time. My brain goes off when I read the chat. But it was very confused by the chat, as you can see, by what my set was. Choice Spectrum Echo, wasn't expecting it whatsoever. He said it was a wild set, even though he's only seen Dazzling Gleam on it. A Choice Spec Dazzling Gleam. That was the only thing he'd seen. I don't think that's that wild. Because maybe Choice Specs was wild to him. I don't know. I have no idea. But we're here. So he goes out into, makes a double reach, thinking, oh, he's going to switch out into Girder now, so I'll switch into Slurpuff to canalize Girder switching. Blah, 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 blah. So, I go back out into Poipole. He goes for another Wish. Back out into his Pupitar. Gets that back up to full health. Go for a Sludge Wave. Because I really want a poison on this goddamn thing. Doesn't happen. Goes out into Rotom mode because it's got Levitate. Putting an Earthquake. Goes for Rock Slide. Doesn't do that much damage. Out comes the Serena. I get the chance to defog away. Get those stupid rocks away to help everything in the world. So I stay in for U-turn. Go for a Toxic. Now, what I should have done, ladies and gentlemen, was predict him to U-turn out. And just click Leaf Storm. To blow this thing goddamn back. Because every time he thought I'd switch out into Poipole or something. Or Chimecho. And go into this thing. So he can Rock Slide it. Probably not going to do a lot of damage to it. Go into Ambipom, for example. So that's what I should have done with click Leaf Storm button. This thing probably would be dead. Probably would have been dead. And would have been fine. But I decided, oh, I'll go for a Toxic, because whatever comes in will be Toxic. That'll be great. Fantastic. Absolutely superb. Goes into Pupitar. Gets a Poison. I'm like, yes, this thing's back on type. Oh, wait, Shed Skin's gone again. Why? Why have you done this to me, game? Why? So now he recovers for words of that, blah, blah, blah. Goes back out into Serena. As I go for a Leaf Storm. Doesn't quite get the Oko. Now I need to switch out, because U-turn will definitely kill me now. Out into Girder. He goes for a U-turn, does pitiful damage. Out comes the Swanner. I got into Poi Pole, predicting him to hurricane me. He does quite a bit of damage. I get confused. He goes for a Scald. Knocks Bubba Gareth out. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Bubba Gareth's gone. Out comes Pupitar again. Pupitar was actually starting to really annoy me right now. So I go for a knockoff. Evil Light's gone. Low kick's down to 50%. Gets a crit with an Earthquake. I'm like, why? Gets up Stealth Rocks, which is a good play by him. So I couldn't switch in, switch out again for his So now Hakama is toxic. He starts Dragon Dancing up as I Volt Switch out into my Ambipom. Sack it off. Don't know why I did that. Just to get some toxic damage off, I guess. Go back out into Hernandez. He goes for a Drain Punch. I live on 8%. That bulk investment was invested. Go for a Defog. Gets rid of all that. I'm slowly whittling this thing down. Dragon Dance up again. So I go for a Leaf Storm. Does 32%. Slowly wearing him down. I sack off Hernandez at this point to kill the Caboose. Down goes that. Out comes this thing. Protects to scour what my stab is. I knew he knew I was Choice Specs at this point. So what I did was I clicked Psychic. He says Protect on this thing so he can just scour what move I'm going to be locked into. Knew I had locked into Psychic, so he was obviously going to go out into a Sneasel, which he did go for. So I went into Girder. At that point, he switched out from his Sneasel into his Slurpuff because he knew this Girder couldn't touch it with knockoff Ice Punch and obviously dual Fighting type stab. Over Drain Punch was absolutely nothing. So I have to go back out into Chimecho to go for Play Rough again. So you're going to go for Protect, scout out what I'm going to click on, then go out into the appropriate Mon to go into. So now I'm locked into Dazzling Gleam. I have to just stay in and do the most. Now, I'm toxic now. Unfortunately, I'm Iron Fist and not Guts. Would have been great. But now, at the end of this game, I'm just like hitting buttons, really, because I can't win. Having a Choice Specs Chimecho left, which is just Shadowball. So he can just Protect, stall me out, because Girder can't touch it. This thing can't touch it, apart from a Psychic. And at that point, he can just go out into Sneasel every day of the week and just do the most with it. So I have to keep spamming Shadow Ball. I get the special D drop. Go for Play Rough. Live. Gets the Wish off. He has to switch out now, because Shadow Ball at -1 will definitely potentially OHKO it. Preserving the 5-0. Out into Sneasel. Go for a Shadow Ball. Does nothing. This stage, he goes for a knockoff. I'm going to sack this thing off. Go out into Girder. Click buttons. We're toxic. Timer stalled. Go for an Ice Punch. Get the freeze. I'm like, we can potentially do this. Oh my god. I thought he'd switch out. He doesn't. He stays in. Toxic's damage is slowly racking up. Ice Punch. Nice. Gets full froze again. Ice Punch. Preserving the 5-0 because you know this thing can't touch it. Toxic sorts me out. I die. GG. Pupitar put in the absolute finals of work. I lose. It's 1-2. Lost 5-0. The comeback doesn't start until halfway through the season. We know this. This happens every single LTC season we've been in. Season 1 it happened. We missed off on playoffs by losing last game to Dog Slacking. Season 2. Same thing happened. We got to like the last couple of games. Blew it. Lost it. Season 3 was the season where I was in the group of hell. I missed out on, I think, a win or two, or potentially goal differential, I can't remember. But someone dropped. I jumped in. Got past round 1 of the playoffs. Got to the second round of the playoffs. Lost. Out. Now, my team is terrible. Didn't plan it at all. Made everyone else pick it. I'm now 1-2 right now. Hopefully we can, recover, get into playoffs, or actually make it close to playoffs, like I did in Season 1, in Season 2, and Season 3. But if you guys have enjoyed this video, and are happy that LTC is back on the channel, make sure you smash the like button down below, be subscribed if you're new around here, and did enjoy the content. As always, leave any comments down below to help me improve the battler, or anything like that, or anything else you want to see on the videos. Let me know, and I'll get onto that for the next one. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.